5 minutes to learn, and you can't even do that properly. Dear Lord, motion tracking takes 5 minutes to learn how to do it. Oh my god. Someone made a video. Oh my god. I'm not going to show this just because I haven't watched it. So I don't... What the fuck is this? Hold on. Oh my god. Okay, we're going to show... Okay, never mind. We're watching this video on stream. We're watching this video on stream. We're going to watch this on stream. Because this shit is wild.
Nothing but hurt my people every step of the way in its creation. Okay, so first of all, no it hasn't.
Okay, first of all, no it hasn't. Alright, the US and transgender rights. Oh, shit. Looking at the early days of the transgender rights, it was President Barack Obama that did an executive order prohibiting discrimination against transgender. Barack Obama was the one that did this, meaning that it was only in the 2000s when this became an actual thing. The US was never a free country, and there has never been an American dream. That is a fucking lie. Just go watch this on Obby. It takes 5 minutes to do some research to figure out the disparity in wealth and how the US has never been a free country. It's like, yeah, the US might be a free country if you're like a straight white man, but in every other condition, no, it's not.
You're just being a victim.
I'm just being a victim. Yes, because I am. I'm a victim. In Texas, they literally banned trans therapy, so I can't get the treatment I need.
And second of all, if you don't like the country, get out of here.
It's not that fucking simple. Not everyone has the money to do that. It's not the... No one has... Okay, look, I could very well go to Germany. I could very well go to Canada, but I don't have the money to do so. Along with that, I'm schizophrenic, which means I need to be close to my family so I can actually, like, you know, have someone there in case I go fucking psycho and need, you know, family there to control me. So I need to be close to my family.
Anyways, I guess we'll actually go into the video now.
Why'd you spend half a minute not addressing the video? Go with the video. It takes... Okay.
See some of this...
I'm not going to give you shit for it.
So basically what he's saying here is that unless you join the military out of desperation, he does not respect your acts of bravery.
No. Your acts of bravery are fucking retarded. You are not doing anything for this country by joining the military. And you are not doing anything for this country by joining the police. Let's see what they did in Uvalde. Completely ignored it. Let's see what they did in Vietnam. Complete massacre for no goddamn reason. What did they do in Afghanistan? Went into a country for no goddamn reason. I said, like, okay, if you join the military as a choice, that is a really dumb decision. That is a dumb decision, and I do not support it. If you join it because you're desperate and need money, I'm not going to give you shit for it.
Going over to fight the terror in other countries.
Why? Okay, the US has so much terror and shit in our own country. No, it was not a defensive war, you fucking moron. Why was the US going into Vietnam? I already addressed all this. The US went in there to attempt to prevent the spread of communism. The reason communism became a thing in Vietnam was that everyone was living in Stone Age conditions and just was in a shit, like, place. Like, no one had food, water, or anything. So a communist uprising began to try to help the country. Now, I'm not going to say that the Vietnam Communist Party were a good or bad thing, but I'm going to say that communist uprising and things like that have historically proven to work sometimes. Let's go into Vienna. Vienna housing. Like, okay, Vienna's unique social housing program and shit like that. That shit has worked. And that is my point. Like, if the US had left Vietnam alone, they'd be in the same condition they are now. Because of 9/11, we went... No, they didn't. Okay, so Saudi Arabia had more to do with 9/11 than Afghanistan did. Saudi Arabia had a lot more to do with 9/11 than Afghanistan did. Okay, let me see. I know they weren't. I'm saying that if they... Okay, what I'm saying is if the USA had left them alone, they'd be in the same situation as they were now. So, like, if we had just left them be, we might have had a better state in Vietnam. I'm not saying that they are good or bad, nor am I saying that they are the same as Austria. God damn, I'm dumb. I'm on meds. Saudi Arabia had just as much to do with 9/11 as like Afghanistan did. Along with that, if you're just gonna go and repeat, yes they were, yes they were, yes they were, I'm gonna fucking kick you out of the chat because you're not actually making any arguments. You're just going, yes they were, yes they were. Like, can you actually listen to me instead of ignoring everything I say? Also, I like how this person puts transgender YouTuber hates American soldiers. Like, does that fucking matter in this circumstance? The Cassidy's a foodist. The Taliban inevitably took back over in Afghanistan, and we just wasted millions of US dollars. Or not even millions, billions. So, Saudi Arabia has nukes, but Afghanistan does too, you fucking moron. Saudi Arabia has nukes, but every other country does too. What the fuck is this logic? Every other goddamn country has nukes. You want to know why the US is not going into Saudi Arabia? It's because they give the cheapest oil.
He's just basically a fuck off. He doesn't care about you. Anyways, let's...
Yeah, I really don't. If you're gonna go into the military on your own choice, that's a fucking dumb decision. The US military is not doing shit for this country. The only good thing they're doing currently is helping Ukraine. And that's it. And they aren't even in Ukraine. We're just sending aid to them.
Let's continue.
However, it's the people who idolize the military and say they need to be praised every second of our fucking lives that I take issue with.
Okay, so right here he says he takes issue with the fact that I say that we need to praise the military.
Okay. Praise the military. Praise the military. Alright. Vietnam, or not Vietnam vets, World War II vets, praise them. They did a good thing. But, the people that went into Vietnam and slaughtered thousands of innocent people, that's who we don't need to praise. And I'm not going to praise someone who does that shit and upholds the fucking horrible American standard in every other country when the US has so many problems at home that need to be fixed. Why are we going into another country and fighting random people when the US has problems at home that need to be fixed?
For the great work they're doing to serve.
Great work? Like what? In murdering people in Vietnam? Yeah, great work, guys. Oh, what about freeing Palestine? We're not doing that, huh?
For the people of this country. So I don't understand.
Okay, I'm done. It's skipping. I've already addressed.
Oh, wow. So it's a lot worse. So it's a lot worse in our military, in other...
Okay. Other military I don't always hear other countries going in and starting wars for no goddamn reason. Majority of the other countries did not have, like, much involvement with Vietnam and shit like that. My point is that the US military has historically done bad shit for no goddamn reason. Like, if you're going to start a war, it better be for a just reason. The US military has never started, or has not never. They have started wars for just reasons. But with Vietnam and Afghanistan, the most, recent wars aside from Ukraine, there hasn't been a just reason for starting those. Vietnam and onward has been pointless. The US went into Vietnam to stop the spread of communism.
Okay, that's true. The Vietnam War was pointless. That is a fact that I cannot argue with, nor will I try.
Thank you.
And yes, every war onward has been incredibly cringeworthy as well. I will not deny that. However, you are saying that our soldiers who went to war and died for America should not be respected.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be respected. The fact that they went into war and killed people who had nothing to do with any of the reasons we're going in to those countries, I don't see them as fucking heroes. I see them as murderers. They went into Vietnam and killed people for no goddamn reason. I see them as murderers. And that is my point. Literally, yeah, that's my point. I'm not going to respect someone who goes into a country for no goddamn reason and kills people.
When in reality, it has nothing to do with the soldiers, and it has everything to do with the politicians that sent them to that war.
Okay. Here's the thing about that argument. The soldiers are still the ones signing up. Again, in Vietnam, there was a draft, but in Afghanistan, there wasn't. So, yeah, in Afghanistan, there was not a draft. In Vietnam, there was. While the politicians, yes, they are the ones sending them into the war, there is something called just not signing up and going through other options. Like, when I say... My point is that with the whole initial point, if they wanted to stop the spread of communism in Vietnam, we could have sent aid to Vietnam. But no, we went into war. Like, what the hell? Now, hold on, let me rewatch this because I forgot. Okay, with the whole politician argument, in Vietnam there was a draft. In Afghanistan there was not. So in Vietnam, there wasn't a whole lot of choice in if you went to war or not, and that sucks. I think that's dumb and an overstep by the U.S. government. But regarding Afghanistan, like, if you went in, my initial point with if you go into the military for money, and I support you for that was my point with this. Like, if someone went into Afghanistan because they're, like, homeless and they needed money, you did what you could. But if you're choosing to go into a country and commit murder for no goddamn reason, if you go into a country for no goddamn reason and go kill people, then I don't see you as a good person. And with Afghanistan, there was the choice of going in or not, because there wasn't a draft. It might have been in the early times. Let me check that.
But I know the reason that you won't acknowledge that, and why is that? Well, it's because the party that sent those people to war is yours, the Democratic Party.
Excuse me, what? Okay, first off, I'm not aligned with the Democratic Party in the U.S. I hate pretty much every party in the U.S. I fucking hate the Democrats. I fucking hate the Republicans. I'm a fucking socialist/Marxist. I'm aligned with fucking, like, Hassan Abi in that regard, and I pretty much agree with anything Karl Marx has said. That is far removed from U.S. Democratic. Like, they are not my party. I do not agree with them, and I trash on the I trash on the U.S. Democratic Party because they're the same goddamn thing as Republicans. Biden is just turned down Trump. It's like, I'm not aligned with the Democratic Party in the U.S. Also, who was president at the start of the Vietnam War? Born, died, political party Democratic. Political party Democrat. Okay. Well, also, okay, yeah. These people are shitty. I'll say it. They're shitty. They shouldn't have went into Vietnam. But, these people are shitty. They should not have went into Vietnam, no matter any circumstance. Like, there was no reason to go into Vietnam, and they shouldn't have. That's simple. But, if a Democrat, like, if someone was truly a Democrat, they would have seen what Vietnam was trying to do. I mean, again, the Communist Party in Vietnam, I'm not going to say they're good or bad, but it was born out of a moment of desperation. I'm not going to say the Vietnam Communist Party was good or bad.
Okay, so right here, he says he's not going to say whether it's good or bad, but we all know what that really means. He believes it's good because...
No, I didn't! What the fuck? Okay, I did not say they're good or bad because I just generally I wasn't alive then. I'm not gonna be... I also wasn't in Vietnam at the time of the party, so I can't say they're good or bad. My point with this was that it was born out of a moment of desperation. Like, if we look at, like, Austria and how they did this, they rearranged to be socialist to help people in the fucking poverty because 90% of the people in Vienna, Austria lived in poverty. And so, like, if, like, let's go into an example here of, like, what if the US, when we saw that was happening, what if we just went and attacked Austria? Like, let's go kill Austria! Like, God, you're fucking retarded.
Because he is a communist. That's what...
Yes, I am a communist, but I do not align with the fucking... I'm a communist, but I align with the Karl Marx definition of communism. Communism, not this shit.
That's why he is not denouncing it.
I denounce the shitty fucking... Oh my god. I denounce how horrible North Korea is. I denounce how horrible China is. I denounce how fucking horrible Russia is. I denounce how horrible Venezuela is. These countries suck. But there are times where communist reform has worked. Again, I'm going to keep harping on the example of Vienna, Austria. They reformed, and now majority of the people have an insanely high standard of living for a fourth of their fucking monthly income. What I will say, however, is that these types of reforms have been shown to be helpful. Looking at Vienna, Austria, the situation was very similar. Majority of the population lived in Stone Age conditions except for the top 1%. Socialist reform then happened, and now the population has great public housing, as a home is seen as a human right there.
I don't know what better quality of life has to do with socialism.
Excuse me! Excuse me! Socialism is literally built on creating quality of life for the people living in the country. It is literally talking about focusing on your own people and making sure their quality of life is so good. Or not so good. It's better. It's fuck. Socialism is for looking at the quality of life of the average man and making it better. Along with that, giving them more control over their work. For a quick example of like giving them better control over their work, because it is a weird thing to say. It's like with Karl Marx, right? The Marxian term of like exploitation is seen as a worker generates profits for a company. If that company overtakes the profits of what the worker generates, then that is exploitation. I need a second to form words. I'm fucking retarded. The whole idea with that is to prevent a corporation from exploiting the average man, to essentially give them the ability to do what they want with their life. Yeah, go work that 9 to 5, but when you come home, you have all the time you need to go do the shit you want to do. You don't, okay, again, like, let's look at socialism in Vienna, Austria. The people don't have to worry about having a roof over their head, which means they can go do whatever the fuck they want to help themselves and make money for themselves in a way they enjoy. You don't have to worry about going homeless and shit there. The thing is, like, in the US, you're scared of going homeless, so you work that same boring ass 9 to 5, and you fucking tank your mental health as a result. In Austria, you don't have to worry about going homeless. You don't have to worry about if you can have food on the table or not, because most of that shit is available to you at a cheap cost. That way, you can continue generating profits for the companies and the people who own businesses to not only improve your quality of life, but the quality of life of everyone else.
You do realize there's a difference between implementing social policies in a country and being a socialist country, right?
Implementing social policies and being socialist countries. Okay. Being a full-blown socialist country is different from implementing social policies. Yes. But the US has no social policies that actually help. We have health, we have unemployment, but if 90% of the people who are unemployed can't get unemployment benefits. Like, my dad couldn't get unemployment while he was unemployed. There's no free healthcare. And let's say, like, you go to a hospital, they're obligated to help you when you're about to die. The thing is, once you're helped and shit, you're gonna be taxed out of your ass. You're gonna be fucking sent into the shadow realm in terms of debt.
Like, you realize that we have healthcare and...
We do not have healthcare in the US. We have paid healthcare, but we do not have a public, centralized healthcare system that actually benefits the average man.
Free education.
I'm gonna honestly say that the education in the US is fucking horrible. And I'm someone who went to public school for a while and then had to leave due to it being so shitty. It's like, the public education system is not mandated by the government enough, in my opinion. Because there's so much variation between school to school, where it's like, you can go to, like, a school that's, like, in a rich neighborhood, and it'll be great. But if you go to, like, the school I used to go to, you'll be taught how to kill yourself. It's like, it needs to be governed by the government more, and instead of being all subsidized and sold out to businesses.
And we're not socialists, right?
Oh, yeah, but we aren't socialists, and that's why we have so many problems in the US. Yes, it is true that you have to pay like $1,000 for an ambulance ride. It is fucking insane.
Trump set the date for the Afghanistan withdrawal for May 1st. Biden inherited it as he joined office, and he tried to delay it but eventually had to pull out. This led to the Taliban takeover. If we had just let them be, the takeover would have happened anyway, but with less money spent on our end along with less deaths. We sent soldiers to die in a country that had little to do with 9/11.
You do realize that conservatives agree that the troops shouldn't have been sent to Afghanistan.
Okay, yes, conservatives agree that the troops shouldn't have been sent to Afghanistan, but at the same time, they'll go and turn around and blame Biden for it. It's like, it's not Biden's fault. It's not Trump's fault either. I mean, he wasn't the one in office when the Afghanistan war started. Along with that, oh my god, this person's so fucking dumb, it's hurting my brain.
Right.
I'm not saying we need to attack Saudi Arabia. What I'm saying is that we went to war with the wrong country.
My point when saying this, because I know what they're about to say, is like, we went to war with Afghanistan, right? But they were not killing nearly as many people as, like, what Saudi Arabia is doing. And my point is, I don't think we need to go to war with any country. Period. But Saudi Arabia is arguably doing worse things than what Afghanistan was doing at the time.
And there's a popular theory as to why we did this. Oil.
Okay, we get it. Big oil is a problem.
Yeah, it is.
Nobody's saying it's not.
Okay, hold up. Republicans and the oil industry. Oil and gas, open secrets. Da 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 da. The sector regularly pumps the vast majority of its campaign contributions into Republican coffers. Oh boy. Yeah, that's my point with this. The US shouldn't be spending money on the military when we aren't helping our own citizens.
The US gets themselves into pointless conflicts all the fucking time. By signing up to the military and idolizing these people, you're further supporting these pointless conflicts and deaths.
That's not the point of somebody joining the military.
That is the point of someone joining the military, going into another... Like, the military does very little to help the US at home. We just go into other countries for no goddamn reason. When you're choosing to sign up to the military, that's the problem. That's what I see the problem as. You're making the choice to go into another country for no goddamn reason. And that is why I say we shouldn't support the military, and we shouldn't be funding them so much. They go into countries for no reason.
The point is to protect and serve their homeland.
They are not protecting and serving our homeland. We're going into other countries and killing people for no goddamn reason!
Believe that politicians are going to send them to a pointless war. And again, it's the politicians on your side which are doing this.
I am not aligned with the Democrats. And also, the Democrats are not communists, nor are they socialist, nor are they Marxist. They are pretty much just watered-down Republicans. Look at Biden. His policies are the exact same as Trump. He literally went to court to keep the border policies in place. And again, those were the border policies that Obama set, but then Trump was like, yeah, that's cool. And so he kept them. And now Biden went to court to keep those policies in place. Fucking Democrats in the US are just watered down Republicans. Look at Joe Manchin. It's fucking bullshit. The thing about, like, the military Mary, blah. What the fuck? A military Mary. Excuse me, what was... Oh my god, Xanax. I mean, at first the M16 sucked ass.
So don't even complain. Anyways, it looks like politicians on your side which are doing this. So don't even complain.
I can complain about the politicians on my side. I can complain about those people because I'm not... Okay, first off, my side, I'm not aligned with them. But along with that, it's not like... It's not a game of tag. You're not picking sides. You're choosing politics. You're choosing policies that change the US. You shouldn't be picking sides like a fucking game. You should be choosing based on what the actual policies are. I don't like Biden. I didn't like Trump. I didn't like Obama. These people are not what I view as what is important. These people are not doing what I view as important, which is helping the average American person getting the treatment that they need, along with improving their quality of life. These people are not doing that.
Anyways, it looks like we're about to reach the end of the video.
What is all of this place? Why is there so much video?
So let's just move on to some more content, I guess. Oh yeah, also before he cries and watches this video and say, oh, misgendering him and using slurs, let's just check out this conversation he had with a fellow Republican.
Okay.
In the comment section.
So I'm an asshole in comments, just like historically. I'm always an asshole. My thing is about like the comments and shit in the video is that I made my statement clear. Like I tried my best to make it so I didn't have to repeat myself. And all the comments were pretty much just asking me to repeat myself or purposely ignoring my points, like saying that I support the Ukraine war. Yeah, I support the Ukraine war with the US's involvement. I do not support Russia going into Ukraine. But yet people are like, oh, you're a communist, you must support Russia. It's like, no, fuck Russia. And it's like, and what do you think, just because you make a video on the military because you don't like it, it's like, I mean, that's the same thing of like people saying don't go out and vote. It's like, I'm going to make my opinion clear, even if it doesn't make that big of a difference. It can do something. if, you know, enough people say, I mean, like, Hassan Abi, he makes fucking socialist videos and educates about socialism and Marxism all the time. It doesn't really make a difference in US politics, but it's something that, you know, it's something that people enjoy watching. I'm going to state my opinion on this. It's not only just something people enjoy watching, it's something people resonate with. So I'm going to make content that I enjoy and want to talk about. Yeah, I know the military's not going to change because I don't like it. I know that's not going to happen. I'm a random 16-year-old sitting in my room talking about the military. I don't like the military, and I know they aren't going to change because some random 16-year-old said they don't like the military. But I'm going to make my opinions clear. I'm going to say the shit I want to say instead of silencing myself just because I know that it's not going to make a difference. People, you know, seeing like-minded people who agree with me gives me a little bit of hope in the state of the U.S. But, you know, every fucking Republican's like, oh, you should just be quiet about it. It's like, that's exactly what they want you to do. They want you to not talk about this shit. Like, okay, along with that, regarding that point of how, like, Republicans don't want you to talk about shit, Martin Luther King was a hardcore socialist. Albert Einstein literally wrote books on socialism. He was a hardcore socialist. And regarding, like, political originalists, which is people saying that they want to, which is people who say they want to uphold the original views of the founding fathers, those people are full of shit. Because the founding fathers viewed abortion as a normal medical procedure. Benjamin Franklin literally wrote books on how to do abortion, yet these political originalists got rid of abortion. It's like, majority of Republicans will claim they're a political originalist. That is not the case. They are not true political originalists. If America was really free, they would allow you to give your opinions clearly. Oh, goddamn! And, I mean, if America was really free, like, half the states wouldn't have joined it for slavery. Like, the reason Texas joined the U.S. was to keep slavery.
They save our lives, maybe they should be praised.
They don't save our lives. It's not like Afghanistan's gonna come raid the U.S. And it's not like Vietnam was gonna come bomb the U.S. They aren't saving our lives by going into those other countries.
And what do you think will happen when you make this video? The military changed because you didn't like it. Current American military does jack shit for our country except waste money. So you can see how educated he is.
Yeah, they do. They do jack shit. They do jack shit except waste money. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, that's the case. I need a moment. My brain's dying. They do jack shit except waste money. Like, okay, Afghanistan war, same thing happened, billions of dollars wasted. Vietnam, well, we did crush the Communist Party there, but the same outcome has happened. Like, Vietnam went straight back to being in Stone Age conditions. The U.S. did not help them by doing that. Like, our money would have been better spent sending aid to Vietnam, but no, we went into war with them. Yeah, it's like, they do jack shit except waste our money. Billions of taxpayer dollars went into the military and did nothing. The U.S. military is not saving our country. This is not the 1940s. This is not the 1900s where people are invading the U.S. This is not the case anymore. The U.S. is not constantly under siege. Other countries know we have nukes and shit, so they aren't going to come in and invade us for no goddamn reason. What we need to be doing is focusing on our problems at home.
And this dude says, yes, but when you say unpopular opinions, that's you get bullied and you don't get anything, say negative things, so to look for the positives.
Okay, it's best to look for the positives in life. That is such a retarded argument. It's like, oh, you're schizophrenic and live with a life-ruining disorder. Maybe you should look at the positives in life. It's like, no, my life's been ruined. Oh, okay, that's another thing. I'm trans. Well, someone's like, oh, but you live in a free state. You live in a free country. It's fine. But, no. I can't get the treatment I need in Texas. That shit's illegal. I can't do that here. So I'm not free, like people say. Yes, I'm not nearly as oppressed as other people are. Like, yeah, I'm still a white fucking person. I'm still a white person, and I'm not nearly as oppressed as some other people are. I'm not trying to make myself seem like the ultimate victim here. I'm saying that I'm still dealing with shit that oppresses my abilities to, get help and things like that. That is my point. I am dealing with shit still. The U.S. is not free. The U.S. has never been a free country. The American dream is a lie.
Honestly, that does apply to him. It doesn't apply to me because I'm for all the smoke, but he is somebody who will complain when somebody talks trash about him.
I fucking make fun of people who talk trash about me because it's funny. Also, I'm pretty sure I just said cry more Republican, but it's like they aren't. Yeah, I did say nah, cry more Republican. um, it's like they completely ignored every point I made. I'm not gonna go and reiterate every point I made just because someone. I'm not gonna pull up the comment just because it's gonna take me forever. But I literally stated in a comment, I'm not gonna reiterate my opinion when I already made it clear. Like, I'm not gonna reiterate my opinion just to make internet people happy when I've already made it clear. Like, I've already made it clear that I don't like the military, so I'm not gonna go reinstate it to people just because these random people are like, oh, it's like, yeah, I don't like the military, but I'm not also. I mean, yeah, the US is way better than a bunch of other countries. Fucking Saudi Arabia. It's like, I would be literally killed if I went there. But that doesn't mean I can't criticize the US for its problems. That is like turning a, like, just because children are starving in Africa, should I not get treatment for my schizophrenia? Let's go with a really basic example. Just because other people have it worse for me, just because other people have it worse than me, should I focus on the positives in life and ignore the problems I have? No, I go and try to fix those problems. I'm not just gonna ignore problems I see and not talk about it. Along with that, you Republicans will praise anyone who talks in the Republican manner. You will praise people like Lieutenant Corbis. You will praise people like, I mean, Joe Manchin's a Democrat, but he's like, he's just an undercover Republican. You people praise anyone who talks Republican or talks the same talking points as Republicans. But anytime someone tries to talk in a democratic manner, or anytime someone tries to talk in a socialist or Marxist manner, you completely ignore everyone. You completely ignore everyone's points just because you're like, oh, you have no room to talk. It's like, no, I can criticize the US, but like, when a Republican criticizes the US, oh, they're so good, they're speaking the truth. No, if I go and criticize something, I'm apparently a communist liar. It's like, if you can criticize the US, then I can too. But no, you're going to be like, no, you shouldn't be criticizing. It's like, if a Republican can criticize the US, then I should be able to. In the US, there is not a difference between Democrats and Republicans. The only difference between a Democrat and a Republican in the US is that Democrats are not as openly racist. That's literally it. Democrats are just not as openly racist, but they are still racist. I mean, Biden, when the Black Lives Matter shit was happening, he focused on the fact that riots were happening instead of the fact that the police literally killed innocent people. So, yeah, what's the difference between Democrats and Republicans? Their names. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And then he replies saying, nah, cry more, Republican.
This is me, just being sick of the situation. I'm just like, I'm not gonna respond when... I'm not gonna give a genuine response when these people aren't either. Like, I'm not gonna give a genuine response when people just ignore everything I say. It's like, you're not respecting my opinions or even hearing me out, so why should I do the same to you? I'm just gonna give a fucking bitchy response to you, so you fuck off. That's my logic here. It's like, I'm not gonna respond, I'm not gonna give you a genuine response if you aren't gonna give me one. I'm not gonna give you a genuine response if you're just gonna ignore everything I say. It's like, there's no point in talking to you genuinely if you're gonna ignore every single goddamn thing I say. So this is my reasoning for making this comment. It's like, I'm sick of the conversation at this point. They aren't listening to me by any means. It's like, they aren't even trying to give genuine, like, feedback. It's like, yeah, I'm aware I was a little fucking hard on the military in that. I was wrong for saying, like, 4th of July is important, let's holiday, but I kind of think it is now, just because of how it's been worked.
Yes. Oh yeah, also, before he cries and watches this video and saying, oh, misgendering him and using slurs, let's just check out this conversation.
Before you're like, oh, you're misgendering her and shit like that, like, why am I going to talk to you if you are not even going to afford me the basic kindness of using the preferred thing I want to be called by? It's like, I'm gonna be an asshole to you if you're gonna be an asshole to me. It's like, be how you want to be treated. That's like what fucking kids are taught in school. If you're gonna be an asshole to me, I'm not gonna listen to you, and I'm gonna be an asshole back. It's really that simple. It's like, you aren't even giving me the basic respect to refer to me as a she. So why would I give you any respect back? It's like, it is the bare minimum just to say she. It is so fucking easy. When people are intentionally doing it to despite me, I'm not going to give you respect. It's like, if you fuck up on accident, yeah, that's fine. I don't really give a fuck. But if you're purposely misgendering me to despite me, that's when I take a problem.
Oh, really? The current American military, yes, when you say unpopular opinions, it does apply to him. It doesn't apply when somebody talks shit and said he was a Republican. And then he just replies going on a tangent saying, I'm not going to ignore my country oppressing and harming people.
I'm not going to ignore my country oppressing and harming people. Slavery, the U.S.'s treatment of homosexuals, the U.S.'s treatment of transgenders. Like, okay, let's look at Texas. Again, I cannot get the medical treatment I need in Texas. I cannot get transgender therapy in Texas. I cannot get transgender therapy in Oklahoma. It's that simple. The U.S. is still holding laws that are oppressing people. If the U.S. wants me to respect them, or if you're demanding me to respect the U.S., they better be giving us the same decency, a tiny amount of respect. It's like, allow me to get the medical treatment I need to, lead a healthy life. But that is not the case. Why would I respect someone who is taking that ability from me?
Bro, this dude needs to visit a third world country.
Oh my god. Yes, third world countries are worse. They are worse. The US is not the only superpower in the world. What fucking retarded logic is this? It's like, Germany seems to be fucking on the ball with transgender and homosexuals. They fucking, respect the shit out of them and do everything they can to help them. Austria, constant example, giving everyone fucking free healthcare, giving everyone the ability to have a house. It's like, the US is not the only superpower in the world. I know third world countries are worse. I made the statement that I don't like Saudi Arabia. They are worse than the US. That does not mean that the US is not doing shit on their own turf. That does not mean that I cannot criticize the US for oppressing people. How many states support the LGBTQ? Not many. Majority of the red Republican states do not now. The majority of Republican states in the US are working to eliminate shit like transgender therapy. So majority of them don't. If you're in a Democratic state, you might have a bit of luck. The main places that come to mind are California and Oregon. Oregon specifically is doing a really fucking good job.
Stat. And he's saying every day a new right gets taken away from citizens and no one wants to address it. Every day people die overseas for no reason. No one wants to address it.
Every day a new right gets taken away from a citizen. So, as an example for this, abortion. Abortion let's go back to political originalists, right? Abortion was seen as a normal medical procedure by the founding fathers. Benjamin Franklin. These people all saw this as just a normal medical procedure. And it's something that is literally life-saving for some. But, that got taken away. Let me give a quick bullshit example. Texas, right? So Biden made a statement, like an executive order type of thing, we're saying that in situations where both the baby and the mom will die, it needs to be an abortion. So, let's say that the baby's pretty much already dead, but if they carry the baby to term, they're going to die. So, in that circumstance, Biden said that there needs to be abortions for that. Texas is launching a lawsuit against the Biden administration due to this. So, you're going to completely deny someone a life-saving procedure because of politics. It's like, either two people die in this situation, or one. It's very looking at it from a utilitarian standpoint. Save the one. It's like both of them are going to die, so save one.
What rights are getting taken away from citizens?
Abortion, trans therapy, gay marriage isn't as currently in question. Now, the House yesterday actually did pass a bill that is going for homosexual marriage. However, it has not passed through the Supreme Court yet. So currently, it's still up in the air. Every day, a new right does get taken away from citizens. Abortion, trans therapy, homosexual marriage. It's like, currently, someone who is married and is gay is currently, fucking shitting their pants. They're scared that they might be chastised by their society. It is fucking bullshit that people are going to be like, oh, no rights are getting taken away. Yeah, no, bullshit. Rights are getting taken away. They're not as extreme as other countries, but they're doing it in an undercover way to try and make it seem like, oh, the other countries have it worse, it's fine. That's not the case. Just because another country has it worse does not mean the US cannot address their own problems. Yeah, if you can be killed in a place because you're gay, that fucking sucks. And that needs to be addressed. However, the US is trying to take actions to make it impossible for people to be gay legally. Along with that, adopting someone when you're gay is insanely hard. Most of the time, you're going to be rejected for adoptions and shit like that. It's like, yeah, rights are being taken away. It's not as extreme as other countries, but that doesn't mean we can't address what's happening on our own soil.
Oh, are you talking about the Roe v. Wade overturn? Well,
Yeah.
guess what? That's giving more people rights. It's giving all the millions of babies that were being aborted rights.
I'm fucking done. What the hell? What the hell is this argument? I'm fucking done. Dear God. What the fuck? Alright. Going back to the Texas example. Oh my god, I'm having a fucking aneurysm. This guy is seriously gonna rupture the aneurysm forming in my brain. Okay, just watching this video, I've had an aneurysm form in my brain, and he's about to rupture it at the same time it formed. How the fuck does this happen? With the Texas lawsuit against the Biden administration, in this situation, with the Biden administration lawsuit happening from Texas currently, in a situation where both the mom and a baby will die if it comes to term, no matter what, Biden released a statement saying that you need to abort the baby to save the mom's life. Because in this situation, both people will die if you don't do an abortion. So, with the removal of abortion, you are literally taking the right away from a mom to live. Along with that, you are taking the right to get help away from a rape victim. Let's go with that, a rape victim. A rape victim who has been fucking impregnated cannot get the help they need to, have that not come to term, because that's a fucking life-ruining thing, and you're just making it harder for them. And the argument of this is a very small number of abortions, that's fucking bullshit, because that doesn't mean it's non-existent. That needs to be treated.
Alright, so this next video is still soft as ever. It says Vince is a bad person.
Okay, Alright, we're done. We're not gonna keep watching this. They go to something entirely off topic. They go entirely off topic in this situation, because, they go to my opinions on Vince instead of, focusing on my opinions on the military. It's like, I'm not gonna respond to something when I've already talked about it. I've given my opinions on Vince. Why are you making a video, saying that I hate the military and then talk about my Vince shit? Again, this whole transgender YouTuber hates American soldiers. It's like, it doesn't really matter. It's like, just, why do you have to go transgender? Just, say YouTuber hates American soldiers. It really doesn't matter if I'm trans or not. I'm gonna have a problem with the military, and I did even before I was trans. So, yeah, why does this matter? It's like, what, just because I'm transgender, I don't have a reason to talk about this? Or I don't have the right to talk about it? It's like, if this is truly America, the land of the free, shouldn't I be able to talk about whatever the fuck I want? But no, apparently since I'm transgender, I don't have that right. Whoops. I'm sorry. God, you're retarded. I'm not gonna watch this segment, it's fucking dumb. If it was gonna acknowledge you were trans, the least he could do was fucking acknowledge your pronouns. Based. Why the hell does this person have, 35k subscribers? He's fucking brain dead.
I'm pro-life and I'm pro-gun, I'm pro-2A, so you cannot run. I might pop one, I might pop two, I might pop holes in your whole crew. You might say mad, I don't give a shit. I'm about to dig these lefties a satanic ditch. I got a wrench and itch to dismantle kids who have blue hair, especially when it's a wig. You act like an animal when you protest, G. I do not care if you folks go against me. I'll cook a commie like he was a pastry. Mom killed a child and now I am angry. I'm a psychotic white boy in the studio. I hope it's worth how you twerking your booty hoe when you end up in the lake full of flames where the demons are body your goopy. How you pushing propaganda?
I'm gonna quickly address this just because it's so fucking bullshit. I love how Republicans go and be like, well, you're pushing propaganda. You're like, okay, first off, a pride flag in your classroom. That is not that big of a fucking deal. Like, a rainbow flag in your classroom. Oh no! If you see, if you see a rainbow out in the wild, are you just gonna start fucking throwing up? It's like, oh, it's gay! What logic is this? Along with that, with the whole Democrats and shit pushing propaganda, it's like Republicans do just as much as that. And Democrats in the US are fucking pussies. They do not push propaganda, really. It's like, conservative kids, raise kids who love America. Raise kids who love America. Children's books that teach core American values. And then they sent Ben Shabibo to go talk to fucking 6-year-olds in a public school. They always say that like the Democrats are all pushing propaganda, but it's like all this shit happens. It's like, first off, Paul Revere never happened. This is not the case. So I don't know why you're fucking trying to push that. It's like, as parents, we understand what's at stake. Here at Conservative Kids, we want to raise kids who love America and are proud of our country. It's like, there is nothing to be proud about this country about. While it may be fashionable to focus on what's negative, our kids deserve to be told what's right about America. For a positive, you have to have a negative. And you need to have a balance to become a balanced person. So you need to be able to focus on, you need to be able to look at both sides of the argument and become a middle ground person listening to this. Or look at the argument and decide your own opinion. All this shit here, this is literal propaganda for your kids. Oh my god, you could not even make a good looking logo. You could not even make a good looking logo. So you use the Arial font. And then fucking, oh my god. It's like you took one GIMP class and decided you were a fucking mastermind. Again, Arial font with this fucking like. Hold up, let's okay. I think what I can do. Yeah. There we go. I have made the new logo for the Republican Party. There we go. The new logo for the Republican Party. I have made it. You can thank me later. I am, I am awesome. I have made the new logo. Here's the new Republican Party logo. You can use this however much you want. I do not give a fuck. Okay, I will not copyright this image. So you can use it however much you want. I am just that nice of a person. Okay, now we're gonna actually. You say I'm white trash, but I get banned if I say faggot. What? Okay, first off, that doesn't rhyme. Go watch Eminem a little and figure that out. You Republicans are going, oh, if you say an unpopular thing, you're gonna get blasted for it. But then you say shit like that. Like, of course you're gonna get blasted when you say something unpopular. And you're trying to say that to me? It's like, and then you go and turn around and cry that you don't have your free speech? You're like, okay, retard. I'm repping outlaw abortion, I rep the taxes, extortion, I'm repping, I don't give a shit. Taxes and extortion, oh boy. Didn't Trump is currently on trial for extortion, obstruction of justice, and a bunch of other shit. But you support Trump. Like, you're one of the biggest fucking hypocrites I have seen. Children adopt easily, it's teens who will face differences. Fuck illegal immigrants. Oh my god. I have so many things to say about this that I can't say them all. I've been streaming for fucking 3 hours. I can't keep going, guys. Alright, the immigration process into the US sucks ass. The US makes it as hard as possible to live here if you're immigrating. And when you're in like a state of like bad money situations in another country, it's infinitely harder. With the whole Mexico border and shit, the journey to get into America through the Mexico border is like horrible. Tons of people die from that. And yet they send their children alone on the off chance that they might be able to have a better life in the US. Like, their life is so terrible where they live, that they would risk sending their kids on a horrible journey that could kill them on the off chance they could have a slightly improved life. That is horrible. If people are literally putting their lives on the line, knowing that they will most likely die during this process, on the off chance they can escape the shitty situations they live in, there is a problem. And the US is, one, not sending aid to help poorer nations. Along with that, they're just making it as hard as possible to immigrate, to get help when you're in a weaker nation. It's like, either send aid to, help stop illegal immigration, send aid to these other countries so people stop trying to illegally immigrate, or incorporate an open border policy. That's the most simple fucking idea. Like, open border policy. It's that simple. Illegal immigration is gone because immigration is easy.
Should come here legally. What's the point of laws if those laws are not enforced properly?
What's the point of laws if those laws are not enforced properly? This could be taken in a liberal way. Let's look at this in a liberal light real quick. The laws are not being enforced properly among the higher ups. They're avoiding paying taxes. Okay, another example. That innocent black man who was shot 60 times. He was unarmed, and when he arrived, he was in handcuffs. So either way, they handcuffed a dead corpse, which why the fuck would you do that? Or they handcuffed him and then shot him 60 times. It's like, these laws, the police are not upholding the laws properly. So, there's a problem. So let's fix that. Let's reform the police, and let's change American laws to be more fair. But no. The laws are only being enforced properly when it's people getting oppressed, apparently, according to most Republicans.
Women should be cooking, I'm not trying to say they property.
What? A person with half a brain cell should be able to realize that this is total bullshit. Like, I'm not going to address that. I don't feel a need to address that.